Hello, I'm Franco Ippolito with eXp Realty, and today we're breaking down what's happening in Ottawa real estate for May of 2026. Have you noticed that homes are sitting a little longer on the market? Are home prices about to fall, and is it finally an opportunity for buyers have been waiting for? Let's break it down what's exactly happening in the Ottawa real estate market right now. The latest numbers are in, and while the Ottawa market becomes more active in May, we're seeing a much different market than what we experienced in those hot years. So we saw a total of 1,616 homes sold in Ottawa during May. That's a healthy increase from April, but sales were still down more than 10% from last year. What does this mean? Simply put, buyers are taking their time. They're viewing more properties, they're comparing more options, they're negotiating harder, and making decisions more carefully than ever seen in years. And quite honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. One of the biggest stories right now is inventory. Ottawa currently has 5,000 homes available for sale. That's a whopping 12% more than last year's same time. For buyers, that means more choices, less pressure, and more negotiating power. Now for sellers, that means pricing your property correctly has never been more important. Now let's talk prices. Despite all the headlines and uncertainty surrounding interest rates, Ottawa home prices remain surprisingly stable. The average price in Ottawa was just over $721,000 in May. That's only 0.9% less than last year. In other words, we are not seeing that crash people are expecting. We are seeing market normalization. When we break it down by property types, the story becomes even more interesting. Detached homes surprisingly lead the market. Single-family homes have remained incredibly resilient, with prices virtually unchanged from last year, and the median price actually increased to $800,000. This tells us that many families continue to see value in upgrading to a larger home despite the economy uncertainties. I never expected this, but townhomes are experiencing a bit more pressure. Sales were down 14% from last year, and prices softened slightly. This segment is becoming more competitive and creating opportunities for first-time home buyers and move-up buyers who may have struggled during the bidding wars. The softest segment remains the condo market. Apartment-style condos saw a decline nearly 7% compared to last year. Higher borrowing costs and reduced inventory activity continues to affect this segment, similar to what we are seeing in other major cities across Canada. But before condo owners panic, it's not a market collapse. It's a more price-sensitive market where buyers have become much more selective. What's also fascinating, it's not every part of Ottawa that's behaving the same way. Central Ottawa actually saw an increase compared to last year. The West End, including areas like Canada and Stittsville, continues to see strong activity and buyers' support. Meanwhile, in the suburb and rural areas are seeing more mixed results depending in the neighborhood, inventory levels, and property types. This is why broad headlines can be misleading. This is not one Ottawa market. There are dozens of neighborhood markets all moving in different speeds. Looking forward to the summer, there are several things that we're going to be watching. Things like inventory levels, buyer confidence, employment numbers, interest rate decisions from the Bank of Canada, and perhaps the most important, whether buyers are continuing to absorb the growing supply of homes continuing to hit the market. We're also seeing a significant number of new construction across Ottawa, particularly apartment-style developments. As more of these units are completed, they could create additional competition for real estate condos in inventory levels across Ottawa. So what's the bottom line here? Ottawa real estate market remains balanced. Detached homes continue to perform well. Townhouses are becoming competitive. Condos are offering the best opportunities for buyers. And overall, buyers have more options and more negotiating power than ever before. And if you're thinking of buying, selling, investing, or simply wondering what your home is worth in today's market, send me a message. I'd be happy to provide you with a no-obligation market evaluation and explain what's happening in your specific neighborhood. And if you found this Ottawa real estate market update helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow for more monthly housing market updates, home tips, and expert local advice. So if you're planning on buying, selling, or relocating or investing in Ottawa, feel free to contact me anytime.